Hello everybody, Martin here. Going to try to get to play the last 3 rounds of my Legacy League with Doomsday. And let's just see if we can find an opponent. Currently sitting at 1-1, having beaten or lost to Grixis Silver and beaten Grixis Control. Alright, we have found our round 3 opponent. So, something occurred to me while thinking a bit about this deck and the list that I'm playing, and that is that I think I need to be playing Infernal Contract in the sideboard. If you look at the deck tech I did, I kind of glossed over that card, and I think it's actually like I was looking at it the wrong way. I think in that instead of looking at it merely as a wish target, that it actually actively has to be sideboarded in against red elemental blast decks, because it lets us set up a pile without having to go via Burning Wish. It just lets it steps in and replaces Ideas Unbound. But yeah, so I can't change my list while in the league, so that'll have to be for another time. But meanwhile, this has turn 2 win with Laboratory Maniac. Probably also just turn 2 win with Tendrils. That's goldfishing, so supposing we're not up against anything that can disrupt us, I think we're going to keep. We're on the draw, so it might be a bit too slow, but we'll look at a draw step, and our opponent is mulliganing to 5, or to 6, sorry. And they go Deathrite Shaman. Importantly, no fetch land. Ooh, and it just got better. So how do we play this? That's what I think is really interesting about decks like this. Like, we can do a couple of things here, but none of them lets us do everything we want. So we can either... we want to play top on turn 1, I think. That's for sure. So we can either fetch basic island and play top, and that way we disguise ourselves as being miracles. But then we give them a fetch land. Or we can just play swamp top. That pretty much gives it away that we're on storm combo. Underground Sea is the same, that just opens us up to wasteland. Having top now means we don't need the probe for our combo turn, so we could try and just probe them and see if they have a fetch land of their own, but I think we're just gonna play top here. If they daze it, then that's a daze we don't have to worry about on our next turn when we try to go off. Okay, so they had a fetch land, or I guess possibly drew it, and they're just passing. That might mean they have clique. And so let's probe them and see what's what. Daze, Brainstorm, Abrupt Decay. Okay, so like there are a number of things that could happen here. So they have the daze. They can play all their spells basically, which is a bit of an issue. If they play the daze and then brainstorm, we feel like we can pretty much count on them not finding force plus blue card. Well, I mean, that's not a given. The decay can, like, the worst thing that could happen is if they decay our top mid Doomsday, or sorry, with Doomsday on the stack. I guess that's not the worst thing that could happen, actually, because then we just need to build a Labman pile that wins next turn. Anyways, let's see. We're just gonna write this down. Brainstorm, decay, days, and trop. Second probe helps us. So, like, we can't beat them finding a force with their brainstorm. I think it's worth it just going forward here. Here they could decay our one LED. That might be tempting. It might seem like a misplay on our side, or misplay or whatever, but I would actually love them to decay it here. Just don't decay the top. Sure. Okay. So they have. So if they actually, hang on, if they daze us here, I mean daze the Doomsday, then we have to pay with Lineside Diamond. Paying with Lineside Diamond means that we lose our probe. So I guess I could probe here and hope to hit like a Dark Ritual, or like a second, like another LED, or a second petal. But anything else, it's just sort of a waste. It's interesting. We'll go to 16, that'll drop us to 8. Won't matter that way around. I think I'm going to probe. Might be wrong. It's a bit of a lottery ticket play. Yeah. So we don't do anything else. We don't ponder here, I mean, because if we do... Yeah. So they brainstorm a response, sure. That's the play, right? And they hope to hit force. Double days would also be like quite bad. Yeah. Okay. So they pitch days. So right now their hand is blank. Sure, that's okay. I guess what we don't want for them to do is like Liliana here, which looks like what they might be doing. Or him. Yeah, him's not great, obviously. But we have the top and an LED, so I mean, we could just... I guess we draw LED and play it. We could actually here, we could have put Ideas Unbound on top and then just sacrifice an LED. just to get like, because we're looking at cards we can't really use here. Island works. I'm still actually not completely sure if this is Delver or Shardless we're up against. And they're just going to be draining us, that's fine. We have a couple of turns too, or we can live with that. I guess I want to brainstorm here. Just to get a card deeper before we probably play out the Delta and fetch. All things considered, I think that force could have destroyed us if they had just let Doomsday resolve. But that's the thing, right? You counter Doomsday or not. Okay. We just ship the turn back. So we worry that they find force, I guess. Actually, I was being incorrect before when I said we didn't know if it was Shardless or Delver, because they're running days, so it's not Shardless. So they're thinking about doing something, it seems. So what? Goif? Or decay on one of my petals? Yeah, alright, Goif. Goif speeds things up, but that means they don't have force for sure, they have one card. So if we can manage to find something here on this turn. The issue is, likely we will have to draw with Sensei's top. And that means not having, that means that it's pretty much a no-go. So we have to likely not die this turn. Or like not get low enough where we can't get through it. I suppose what we could do is draw ideas on Bound, sack an LED for black in response, and then just hope to hit like a Doomsday. The issue with that is if we hit Burning Wish, then we don't have red mana. That might actually be fine, because let's look at it here. We're going to fetch, that's going to bring us down to 10. And then Goif beats us down to 6, Deathrite down to 4, and then we cast Doomsday, and then we're dead to the Deathrite. So I think we need to do something here, and this might actually just be our best play. Alternatively, we fetch now, look again, and find Burning Wish. Burning Wish gets us there, right? Because then we Then we cast it, sack LED for black, get Doomsday. I don't know. Burning Wish just gets us there. So what's most likely? I think actually I'm gonna hate myself for this, but we're gonna try and find the Burning Wish. Come on, yes! Sweet justice. Or something. Alright, so we're just gonna have to do things correctly here. Burning Wish maintaining priority, sack for black. Doomsday. They have one card, and that can only, the only relevant thing it can be is days. We're gonna win through Labman here because I don't think I can get to enough Storm. Let's count. Burning Wish Doomsday. Then we top for Ideas Unbound 3. Draw top, cast top, that's 4. LED 5, LED 6. Top into probe, cast probe, that's 7. Cast top, that's 8. Top for Burning Wish is 9. But that means we lose to a daze, which is not good. So we're going to do the Labman pile. Ideas Unbound, Lineside Diamond, probe, probe. This pile works. We put Labman on the bottom. Let's just see here. Labman on the bottom, then the probe, then the probe, then the LED, and then the Ideas Unbound. We sack this for blue. We draw a card. We draw the Ideas Unbound. We cast the top. So we're gonna probe, paying life because we're still wanting to play around days, and we're gonna sack LED. We could have waited with the sacking of the LED, but because we're gonna probe into a probe. Oh, and their hand is Jace, so never mind. We just pay mana for this. Not that it matters. We could drop to 1. And we draw a card. Hey, great. So sideboarding wise here, it feels like we don't really want to be sideboarding anything, right? Like, yeah, I don't think so, right? I guess like we could board a decay for like random stuff, like Grafdigger's Cage or something, but I don't like that. Why not Grafdigger's Cage? Because it doesn't do anything like Null Rod or something. But we have Void Snare if worse comes to worse. There's nothing. They're not playing Chalice and stuff here, so like Xantid Swarm, I would normally never board that in against like a bug deck because like a lot of their disruption comes from Deathrite Shaman and like discard spells. Deathrite Shaman doesn't really disrupt us here, but this card still does. So like playing a Xantid Swarm and then just getting himmed. Also, they saw our Labman, so they're likely to keep it removal. So I think the main deck is actually just where it's going to be at. Well, we'll see. This feels like a tough matchup, but not impossible. I mean, if they had just saved their force on our first Doomsday, they would have won. Like, just let us resolve Doomsday. But I guess, like, that's part of the fun of this card in this deck is like people don't really know for sure what they can expect after the Doomsday unless they are really experienced with it. And that makes for maybe some wrong decisions. Alright, let's have a look. We have the Doomsday, we have an LED. It's a tempting keep. The Ideas Unbound kind of feels like a mulligan to 6, but I think I would keep those 6 cards. So if I put a mulligan to 6, they're mulliganing down to 5. Down to 4, okay, that's promising. They really wanted something, or maybe they just got crap hands. I think here we play out the Delta, that'll let us fetch Basic Island, and then we can fetch Basic Swamp with Mire. I considered fetching, or like Cabal Therapy naming him to Torak in the blind, but I think it's better saved here to cast like on a Force of Will later on. But looks like we're getting himmed. Let's hope it's a Tarmogoyf instead. Go 1-2 Goyf. GG's. If they him us, it is a Goyf. Yay. Great. Alright. So I think we can afford to play around Wasteland here. Ooh. Okay, put back the Ideas Unbound, put back a Ponder. Now I don't feel like playing around Wasteland, because we want to be pondering. Man, we're just growing that Goyf. It's going to be a 3-2, 3-4 now. Well, that is very nice. So we want, I guess we don't really want the Burning Wish, but we're going to get 2 of these cards anyway, so we're going to put Dark Ritual second from the top, draw Burning Wish, so if they Thoughtseize us, like, we can still like, we will have a combo card no matter what. So we'll kind of suck to get wastelanded here. It will at least put us back another turn. Oh, him is not great either. That's oof. Okay. Yeah, that's not great. It means we can't. What it means is we will have to therapy them over 2 turns, or like combo them off over 2 turns, because we'll have to, like, them keeping a hand with like lands Goyf makes me think they might have a force. No, they just have Null Rod. Sylvan. Ugh, this just complicates things further. I don't know. I could have pondered there, but chose not to. Let's hope they don't play Null Rod. Let's hope they play Sylvan instead. They don't. Okay. Here I actually think I fire off. Do I? Ideas Unbound, it's like card disadvantage. I could actually, I'm gonna ponder here. We want to find a way to cast Burning Wish. Yeah, so we are going to get void snare here. Hope they didn't draw days. There's the void snare. So what we need to do here is we need to hope to find a second, like a fourth land on our draw step. They play out Sylvan because that means they haven't drawn like Flusterstorm or something. Ugh. Well. Can we beat a Flusterstorm? Or could it be something other than Flusterstorm? Also, we kind of need more mana. Like, right now our only draw spell is the Ideas Unbound. And so if we'll need a third blue to Void Snare. I suppose what we could do is we could make a pile with like a land in it, because we have the Ideas Unbound. But we really have to like be worried that they didn't play out their Sylvan. Or maybe they're just bullshitting us. I think actually I'm gonna try this. They might have Decay actually for the lab man. I'm not sure, I might be going into a dead end here. Okay, so we will need a land that makes blue. Let's just go for the underground sea to be sure. There's an LED. There is another LED. This is Sensei's top and a Burning Wish. Will that work? So we draw land. Actually, no, right? Like, if they have Decay, maybe we can... Actually, we don't need the LED number 2 LED. That could be like a probe. It might need to be a blank. So we draw Underground Sea to Void Snare, and then we draw LED and Sensei's top, LED and probe. We probe into the top, play out the top, draw the Burning Wish. Yeah. You just have to hope it's not Flusterstorm in their hand. So Burning Wish on the bottom, then top, and then these three in any order. Let's see. We don't play out the LED here because we don't want it to be decayed. If they have decay, I think we lose anyways because we'll have, no matter how we do this, they will have a window to decay one of our LEDs where we have the probe in hand. Like we have one LED, we cast that, we then cast the second one, then they decay the first one. If we then crack it, we'll lose the probe. Oh shoot. They had it. I think we just lose. Yeah. Because we'll draw too slow. So we won't be able to get deep enough. Well, that's too bad. They even mulligan to 4. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to wait there. Like every draw step they get is like potentially a him or something like that. So every little bit of their disruption helped them there, I think. So let's hope we can get it in game 3. No, I don't think I can keep this. It's all mana and 1 probe. Yeah, this works. Labman makes it a bit of a mulligan to 5, but it's a good 5. We want that on the bottom. We're going to turn 1 ponder. They mulligan to 6 as well. And scry to the top. I think I like playing out the LED here. Could be wrong. We're going to take the swamp and take the duress next turn. Just like if we get himmed. We won't get himmed this turn, but so maybe we should just kept it. Sure, that's right. So the next land is a Badlands, which lets us just cast the Doomsday in a couple of turns. I think I like not giving them a fetch land here. It might just be for naught. And I think I like trying to see if I can nab him here. Nope. We have Angler, Daze, double Brainstorm, and Force, which we're going to take. So they'll get to Brainstorm. Hopefully that'll be like Brainstorm locked. That'd be awesome. Okay, they don't. So maybe they drew like a Flusterstorm. So here we could play out the Labman. Play that into a Daze. But I actually don't really want Labman in our yard to get taken by the Deathrite. Ooh, Reign of Filth is nice. But they have double Brainstorm to find their disruption. So maybe we just play out the Labman now. Start getting some beats on. They have decay. Looks like it. Or Clique. Yeah, Clique's annoying. We'll take our Doomsday. So their hand is still Angler, Daze, double Brainstorm. Yeah, we had a useless land. Sure. We're not using our graveyard, so that's just a cantrip cycle. Oh, this is bad. This is super bad. Just flooding out. I guess we get in there. If they kept back Clique, I wouldn't get in there. Because then they block, trade, and take, drain us, or sorry, take the lab man with their trop and deathrite. And we don't have it anymore. Okay, so now they fire off one of their brainstorms. If they him us, it doesn't really matter. But this is the issue with Doomsday, I think. Like, right now we need to find both the Doomsday and a draw spell. Like a way to draw the first card. And it also feels kind of unlikely that they haven't found, like, a way to like a Force of Will. That's also a really big problem. That lost us the game. For sure. Can only play one spell a turn. Oh well. Looks like we're going down. Sensei's top is nice, but it's too little too late, I'm afraid. Maybe it's too nonchalant of me to not board any removal in. And it's easy to think that now, looking at that Arcane Laboratory. Yeah, so we're dead. Alright, nothing to do there at the end. On to round back for round 4. Let's have a look. We lose the die roll. Well, we're a Doomsday away from just having the turn 1 kill, but not sure that really is an excuse to keep this hand. Yeah, I think I like mulliganing here. This hand, on the other hand, is great. But we don't want that. We want a blue land so that we can turn 1 them. Or Sensei's top, that works too. Not for turn 1, obviously, but end of turn brainstorm off a basic island. Hope I don't get stormed out. Wow, the art of those expeditions is crazy. I'm not sure I like it very much. Ponder. So with Ponder and a Brainstorm, I worry that they have found a Force of Will. I think this is sneak attack, or show and tell, I mean. So, do we, like, they chose not to shuffle, so they might have the combo next turn. I think I like going off here. It feels like a bit of a rock, between a rock and a hard place, right? Because assuming I'm correct in this sneak and show, like, I have to worry about, like, them having Grizzlebrand in play if I let them untap, and them not, like, them having Force of Will through, between Ponder and Brainstorm. It just feels like they would have force, but and that. So basically, Jesus heart. If I therapy them, I feel like I'm naming Force of Will to then go off next turn. We have to hope they just have Show and Tell Emrakul. It feels like it doesn't really change what I was originally sort of worried about or considering, but I think I'm going to do it. If they force this, then I'm seriously worried about just being dead. Well, they had to force Sad Face, they have Gristlebrand. Pierce, Show, Grizz, Emra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like we basically just have to hope they don't find another Force of Will in their top 14 cards, which feels unlikely. Oh, wait. They didn't have the land hidden on top. What is this? Bottom? Yes. Not a land, yes! Not a land that casts Spell Pierce, so hang on. They have 5 cards in hand. And they used their preordained, so they have 1 blank we don't know. As long as that's not force, then we can win. Come on, baby. Feels like they've just F6'd. Yep. Okay, so we will need to win through lab ban because we don't have enough storm to win through the other pile. There might be a pile that makes enough storm here with 3 mana floating that I just am not aware of, but Ideas Unbound, probe. Okay, so Labman on the bottom, then a probe, LED, Ideas Unbound. Cast our LED, sack for blue, draw with top, cast Ideas Unbound, cast top, cast LED, probe for life. It's the same pile we just did in the other game we had. It's bugged over. Here we maintain priority, sack for blue. Oh, I forgot to look. I should have seen what they had kept. I can't understand what I should. Oh, that was stupid. I'll have to go rewatch that. Anyway, so let's bring in these ended swarms to Bees of Virtue. I guess we bring out a petal and a basic swamp. That, like, alternatively we shave like a discard spell. I like being heavy on discard against this matchup though, so let's do this. When we keep this hand, they keep their 7. Let's just hope we don't get turn 1. Well, they know we don't really have anything. Looks like a turn 1. Ancient 2? No, okay, never mind. Let's not show them tropical quite yet. They have pierce. Do they pierce here? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, okay, never mind. I hate to be that guy saying stuff like this, but their use of brainstorm seems to indicate that they aren't that experienced with the card. I could be wrong. I don't have the formula down pat, but well, we want 2 of these 3 cards. We don't want the pedal, we want the swarm and the duress. Oh, actually no, should I have? I think I should have put swarm on top. Oh, that was so stupid, because if they cast show and tell, then we could have shown it in, but I guess if they did that, then we're not really ready to win anyway. Yeah. It's too bad. So I guess what we do here is we dress them and hope they have a force. And then we cast the B. That means they have to find another force for the B. They have the force. Okay, so far so good. And don't get me wrong, or don't let this fool you that if the B resolves, that means we're like winning. We're still like, they can just draw into sneak attack. Oh, they just let it resolve. That's strong. Their hand was just double delta. Guess they're just banking on finding sneak attack and Emrakul. I guess they did. Sure. Just show the big guy. Yeah, right. That doesn't change anything for us for last game. Maybe I'm not supposed to keep that hand, like it was too light on actual cards, had too many lands. Well, I guess we can discard them a whole bunch. And if we ever find like a fetch land, we can go get Trop and play Swarm. We have like no business though. This is a super reactive hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, keep this. Nope. That doesn't matter, we're gonna be fetching on turn 1 anyways. Play the Mire first, because that cannot get tropical. So actually, maybe we're supposed to get Badlands here. That way we have access to all our mana. We can Burning Wish. If still getting the trop out. Sure. They shuffle. Let's hope that's good. look and upkeep with the top. Oh, that's really nice. Those are some cards we want. So I guess we just draw the Doomsday next turn, and we Burning Wish for a Cabal Therapy. Unless we're just dead. And we are. So what's our play here? I guess we could fetch and Brainstorm, hope to hit Xantid Swarm. And I think actually, yeah, we're going to do that. He's losing the Doomsday, but we have two of the a Burning Wish in hand. I don't get Trop now because we're not going to be casting Xantid Swarm. Okay, so what we could do here is first of all, we hope it's Emrakul. Probably isn't, it's probably Rizalbrand, we're dead. So what we can do, if we can put back Burning Wish Doomsday, then draw Burning Wish on our draw step, then we can dress them with the... Oh no, never mind. It's not good enough. Frustrating. Because we won't have enough mana, right? That's the thing. We won't have enough mana to do this. Like we could, what I was thinking about doing was putting back so that we draw Burning Wish and then Doomsday is the top of our library, and then we play LED. We cast Duress and then Brainstorm, sacking the LED for black, so we can resolve Doomsday. But then we're stuck. We don't have any more mana. So I think we would have needed to hit like a Dark Ritual here to have like even a snowball's chance. I guess we can hope to find like a Dark Ritual 2 cards down. I don't think we put the LED here, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's what I worry about. And they just draw instantly, because why not? I guess there's a world where we get them to draw again and not find interaction and then Burning Wish for Tendrils. Seems quite unlikely though. We need more mana for that too, by the way. So let's Brainstorm. So that's actually not bad. So Brainstorm is 1, LED is 2, LED is 3, Dress is 4, Probe is 5, Burning Wish is 6. So we would be able to kill them, but it would require them not being able to force and stuff. Well, I think that's our play though. Let's just play out these guys. Make sure they don't get countered. So we can't really pay because we need all 6 mana to execute plan. So we're totally dead. They for absolutely sure I'm not spell piercing this if they don't have Force of Will to protect. If we had 2 more mana, we could actually fight through a Force of Will because we have an extra Burning Wish on top. So we could probe into the first one, cast it, have that counter it, and then cast the second one, but mana is a premium, so it's no good. I don't see us really having any other choice though. What we could hope here actually is if that they force this probe. That would be awesome. That would be a huge misplay though on their part. Okay. We're basically only winning here if they don't know what they're doing. So we're going to cast the Burning Wish. They have the 1 force. So we're going to cast the Burning Wish, and we just have to hope that they think we have like that we're going for Doomsday and save the force for that, but yeah, I don't see that happening. Yeah, no. They're doing it. And there is no real point in continuing, so we've lost this one as well. So not going too well for our Doomsday hero, but I'm having fun. Let's try for a third one. Or sorry. Alright, we have found our 5th round opponent. Let's try and go for a 2-3 finish. Where you're on the play. Yeah, I don't hate this. It's a bit on the slow side. We don't have protection. Windswept Heath. It doesn't scream counterspell, so let's hope it's not. So we could just hold off for another turn, but if we go get Edge of Autumn here, we have a win next turn. That Heath, though, what could that mean? That could be like turn 2 Thalia? So yeah, we're getting the Edge of Autumn. This is the card that lets us cycle by sacrificing a land. So lets us draw the first card in the Doomsday pile. What the heck? What are they up to? Could be like miracles with the budget land, but that seems unlikely. Whoa. So there's a world where we hang on for another turn and just Burning Wish for a Cabal Therapy to name Force Will here. But then if they drop like a Hate Bear on turn 3, we just die. The Hate Bear would be down now though, right? I am actually just going to pass the turn here. I'm just too confused about what this is. What would really wreck is if they had like a even mind sensor. Well, Tundra. Right, okay, so budget miracles? Well, not budget. One budget choice fetch land does not a budget deck make, but or Bant, potentially? Like Bant Blade? Yeah. So this is annoying because now they have like Clique open. Clique mana, well not Clique mana open, but they will have Clique mana next turn. Okay, so main deck Meddling Mage. That's potentially like an issue for our double Burning Wish hand. Life is fun. Right, okay. Let's see if they know that we're on Doomsday. No, that doesn't matter. Because obviously Lion's Diamond is the correct name here. Do we just concede? Can we even... Is there a way for us to beat this? And I should have fetched Basic Swamp. I was going to, I don't know why I didn't. We're gonna name Force of Will, though Clique might be a more correct name, but I have a feeling we have no idea what we're up against. Spell Stutter, Sprite, and Aether Vial. Wow, so this is just like a proper nightmare of a deck for us to play against. Wow, I feel completely crushed, soul crushed by those two meddling mages. Yeah, we're just gonna concede. We're gonna bring in the Pyroclasm. Leave Massacre on the board as a wish target. And I guess we're gonna bring in a couple of decays. Board out one Burning Wish. Board out a Petal. Board out a Ponder. Actually, no. Keep the Ponder. Bring out a Duress. Actually, do we want the Sandset Swarms here? Probably. Like, they will have stag interaction, but man, we should have just gone for it. Oh, sucks so hard. I guess we keep this. If we had just gone for it, we wouldn't have learnt their mad genius mind had come up with those meddling mages. Yeah, we want the... Probably want all these. Aether Oil? Noble Hierarch? Sure. Actually, we're gonna probe first. Might have days. So they have Brainstorm, Pierce, Double Sprite, Noble, and Knight. So wait, Sprite is for each fairy, right? It's X or less. Well, X is the number of fairies you control, but X or less, so. Wow, it's hard to really know what to take here, right? I guess we don't need the bulk, and probably we don't need the decay. I mean, it's unfortunate if they draw into a hate bear. Oh, I'm so stupid. I needed the Doomsday back on top, didn't I? Oh, never mind. Okay, so we lead off with the Brainstorm. They just pass, right? Or they have Meddling Mage? I think they're supposed to keep up Spellstar Sprite. Oh, okay, Meddling Mage, never mind. Doomsday? Sure. Well, the Dark Ritual would be kind of nice. So yeah, I think actually we're going to draw a Dark Ritual. Then we're going to draw with top. The Ponder to shuffle. Yep, shuffle those away. Another Doomsday. Great. I guess they just need to keep up the sprites and beat us to death, and we are likely to not be able to do anything. Well, therapy kind of helps. Like, the thing is, we're taking a beating way too fast now. So I guess let's duress here. We can take the fetch land next turn because we'll get pierced or sprite it. Sprite it. Okay. So this is a bit of an off-the-wall deck. I'm not really that familiar playing against spell stutter sprites and all that jazz. So I guess we're down to like one turn here, right? Need to find Pyroclasm or Burning Wish for Massacre. We need to do it through whatever disruption they have. That's weird. I don't know. They're keeping back the meddling mage. Maybe they're worried we have like a flash creature. Or they're just like, whatever, doesn't change the clock, so... But I mean, we have a fetch land. Oh, that won't work. Come on then. Damn you, off-color mana. God damn it. So, how does this work, right? We need to draw, like, we need to take the decay, and the next card down has to be Tropical Island. And we have to, with one therapy, beat what they have in hand, which is at least a Pierce and a Spell Surge Sprite. Doomsday is also off now, by the way, because we're at 1 life. We can't pay half of that rounded up, because then we die. Aethervial, sure. Ugh. We'll have a look here. Yep, and we're dead. GG's. Well, that was not exactly how I hoped that would pan out, but it was to be expected, I think. At least to not just stroll through. I'm curious how much of this was down to just me making silly choices and my inexperience with the deck. I still think it could perform somewhat better than what I just put it through, like in my inexperienced hands. I also feel like I made at least a couple of mistakes I remember that I made. But yeah, I'm not gonna give up on this. I might just play a few leagues with Ant just to see if I can grind back some value. But I think I'm gonna be trying this out in paper soon. But anyway, that was the Doomsday deck, and I hope you enjoyed watching that. And if you have any questions or anything or any feedback, just please feel free to contact me in the thread underneath this video or on the source where I'm Neville Shoot. Yep. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.